1, 5. We are ready to go with episode 17 now of the Pirates of Drinax. We've come a long way. Still got a long way to go. I'd say we're probably about 60 to 65% of the adventure is ready. Has been played or about played out. Yeah. It's a long one. I am looking at taking out some ones that I don't think are very pertinent towards what the crew would be. They're more of some things that can happen. This is a sandboxy sort of campaign that definitely all kind of leads up to one point. But there are a lot of adventures in here that you're like, I don't know if this is a good fit for this crew or just don't need to. You know, um, but this is one it is a really good one, because it definitely involves several members of the crew, especially our newest one, who is a professor of linguistics, Professor Davian. So yeah, we're very glad to have him with us in the game. So yeah, let's get started. Basically, it's the day of. You guys are getting ready to leave Drinax and head out to Noricum. Let me punch that up and see how long that would take to get there. I didn't even determine how that goes. But yeah, you got to go there. And anybody wants to do any research on the ship's computer before we go there to find out anything about Noricum?
Certainly.
I'll be more than happy to if we need the assistance.
Yeah.
My computer is shabby, so.
Worth a shot to see if we can dig up.
Dude, first roll of the night. First roll of the night.
Nice.
12.
Nice.
So I'm going to be completely worthless for the next 3 hours.
Shot your one.
We're done. That is a grand total with all my modifiers added in of a 12.
Nice.
I also rolled a 12 also.
Trying to determine exactly. So yeah, it's actually quite a haul from Drinax. It's heading out towards the Trojan Reach area of space. So Drinax, you would get there and you would have to jump to Torpal again, which is always a fun planet to go to. Torpal, Ogma, Thebes, Ace. You would actually go by Ace to head there. But yeah, you would get to Noricum before you actually got there. So so you jump Torpal, Marduk, go back to Marduk, go back to your prison planet place again. See that place? Go, hey.
It's okay. It's all right.
Can we bombard it from orbit?
You could.
We can.
You could. So it's actually 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 jumps. So 3 weeks jump space to get to Noricum. So yeah. We get to what we need to know. So yeah, it's definitely a low technology world. Technology competency well below the standards of charted space. It is part of Sindalian Main. During the long night, this world was named Old Sindal. Professor Davian could bring that part up, and not like New Sindal. It was Old Sindal. Noricum actually was the capital of the Sindalian Empire until it was devastated by artificial plagues in minus 1446 during the Empire's final days. So this was actually where the Flag Emperor. Let me get that guy's name again.
I've got Felix Stardragon, the last Sindalian Emperor.
No, that was the Emperor, yeah.
Okay.
Admiral Gani Peras. Yeah, Ganiperas. He was the admiral that stopped here. So yeah, this is where they actually picked it up from. So apparently he left a message globe here detailing where part of the place would be. So yeah, you do know that it does have a lot in common with Drinax. Large swaths of the planet is uninhabitable due to that war during the Empire's final days. There are large areas of it that have both radiation and metagenic weapons still in effect on the planet thousands of years later after that was done. So that there are different areas of the place that you definitely want to make sure you have your vac suit on to keep from having some ill effects from either radiation or metagenic weapons, which could mutate you and alter you and make you feel like you've been really put through the ringer.
You become like Spider-Man or the Hulk, right?
I know, right? That's what we're looking for. Can we get that done? Can we get that done? Who needs a battle dress when you got the Hulk?
Yeah. Question: how old is the latest news of the planet and the region around it?
There's not that much on it. Because it is mostly wasteland. They do know that there are a few people there who still kind of eke out some sort of living there, but they are isolated. There's no starport. There's no downport. There's really nothing there other than this wasteland of a planet. Again, yeah, you do know there are people. Scouts have reported, hey, there are people here and still in some settlements that are still survivable. They try to say and not laugh. But yeah, so yeah, Hashna is like definitely feeling. Hashna and Ev are definitely like, oh, sounds like home. kind
of. We need to take extra snacks because they're not going to have many there.
They're not going to have any snacks. We're going to bring extra snacks.
So there's not been any news reports of ships in the vicinity disappearing, anything like that.
No, nothing
no
like
mysterious
that.
Sightings or anything. Okay.
Actually,
raids, secret government weirdness activity that was blamed on a variety of things.
Strange glowing intelligences that are offering
gifts. Right.
Exactly.
Just bright brains, just hovering and glowing. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Make you guys make a streetwise, I guess, roll. I guess based on that, that would be more like checking what's not there in the official reports, kind of stuff like that.
7.
I got a 9.
7 and 9. Okay, so working together on that. 8. Okay.
Wrong. We're playing Traveler, not Star Trek. Okay.
Yeah. No, right? But 7, 9, 8. Oh, nice. So, you're looking at this and you go, man, this would be an excellent shadow port. If there was piracy happening in this area, this would be an awesome shadow port because the Navy doesn't want to be here because this planet's wrecked. The Scouts don't want to be here because this planet's wrecked. Nobody wants to really have any involvement in here, so it's a great place to hide out.
Yeah, here's the problem with that. Yeah, that thought. Somebody else had that thought before I had that thought.
Exactly.
Just in my head. I wonder who's
there. Exactly. And there? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. And we're about a jump 3 from Thieves, which is the basically the pirate capital of the area. So we're not that far, from Thieves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Food
chances
court was the
of
alternate trade.
yeah, for Cordia, yeah. So it's definitely a possibility. So going armed and being cautious definitely wouldn't hurt. You know, um, this is basically like a no man's land savage kind of area. Uh, Nobody's going to have any official involvement on anything in here. So yeah, whatever goes. Um, the whole planet's basically like episode right out of Fallout. Everybody's just trying to eke out whatever existence that they can. So yeah, this ought to be fun. Good thing you do have military grade sensors on the Dragnar. That should help you kind of scan around in here, kind of see what's going on. See what you can find. Again, the message globe is here somewhere on the planet. Maybe some of the people on the planet can help you find out, what was going on. Stuff like that. So we'll find out. Let's just do one series. Well, we got 3 jumps. Any one of them can go wrong. 1, 2. I'm sorry. Only 2. Only 2 jumps. 2 jumps. So yeah, I was making it wrong. Only 2 jumps. So yeah. So we leave Drinax, set our courses and stuff like that, get everything going in. So yeah, we just need like an easy astrogation check. Nothing hard. Everything's been plotted and pointed in. Whoever wants to make the astrogation check can go ahead and do that. An easy, and I mean, you just need a 4. It's not hard. You guys, it's not like a quick. I got to make this kind of jump kind of thing. You've had plenty of time to program all this in. So, who's doing the astrogation roll?
I should probably be the one who does it, unless you want to.
I know it. You guys are all scared now.
We don't
Get
want
you all
things
scared.
to go wrong.
Would you like me to make the roll again?
No. I think Ev needs to do this one.
I got my special low rolling dice right here.
I got dice on this. This is one of my better ones. Okay.
Everybody's all scared.
Oh, y'all are so mean to me. I got a 6, a 5, and a 5. Okay, it wasn't that bad this time. It was pretty stinking good.
You only roll 2 dice. You only roll 2.
3.
No.
All right.
No.
2 points.
So you rolled a 6 and a 5. So you got 11.
Oh, someone
yeah.
died. Sir Alacrity's died.
Sir Alacrity's not allowed behind.
What are you doing?
Did you roll Snake Eyes again? You did not
I just
roll
held
Snake
up
Eyes.
Snake Eyes. I did not roll Snake Eyes.
Oh, good God. Okay.
It's sort of the video whammy.
Oh,
Someone says Sir Alacrity's fired. He's so fired.
myself.
You're so fired.
Actually, I
Oh
made
my
that
god.
jump.
Hey, I got a question. So, is Teledrift with us?
Yes, he is.
trapped?
I'm not letting him slide out because of him not being here. He will be NPC'd by me. I know everything he knows.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, that should be a shaky kind of conversation. I forgot to bring my popcorn, but yeah. Actually, I had a whole session with him basically where I kind of like outlined, this is what you know about what happened.
Okay.
So he was prepared for this. He's not here. Can't help that. But yeah.
But he's with us.
He's here. Teldrift's here. Of course he's here. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah. So the astrogation course is plotted. Now we need our engineer to make their J drive check.
So is that using physics or what?
You should use engineer jump drive.
Jump drive. Okay.
Yeah, it's an easy check. It's 4+. You've been prepared. You've been ready to go.
12.
Excellent. So boom, you're going there. You've actually shaved off a few hours on your jump. You've actually shaved off like half a day of the jump. So doing that, making such a clean, well organized jump. You've actually been able to shape with all the effects that you guys have got added in. Yeah. So you jump and you head out. You pop back into the lovely planet of Marduk, formerly known as your all's home prison, or at least the one for Sir Lacrity, Hashna, and Tony. So you guys can look fondly out the window while Professor Davian and Eb's like, oh, this is where you all from.
How much do we need to blow that place up again?
I mean, it is a prison. I assume it's pretty much like bunkered in like a fortress. I mean, you could spend some time blowing it up, but people won't be happy about that.
No.
Some higher level officials.
It's further down our to-do list.
It's a little bit too far.
It's on our to-do list. I need to understand.
No, it's like way down. way down.
Okay, it's not even like in the top 100. I think you can relax.
I didn't
okay?
sign up for genocide. That's all I'm.
It's like
Okay, well.
it's like Section C, Paragraph 5 in the to-do list.
In there.
Exactly. Nice. So we're gonna load back up with fuel, hydrogen, and stuff like that from the gas giant. There is a gas giant on Marduk, thank God, in the Marduk system. So you load up from there, get plenty of hydrogen back into the cells. The processors process fuel to get ready to inject into the jump drive engine again. Basically, how jump drive works, Chris, is it basically opens up a pocket dimension, kind of like hyperdrive in Star Wars. It opens up a pocket dimension that you can travel much faster in. You travel the same distance but much faster, and the hydrogen's basically injects like a bubble around the ship that protects you from whatever is happening in this crazy dimension that you're going into. And the amount of hydrogen that you can pump into this bubble determines how far you travel before it pops. But it all lasts like a week. If you jump 1 parsec, it's a week. If you jump 2 parsecs, it's a week. That you're in jump space, just kind of waiting around. Before you jump back into normal space. So a lot of like internal maintenance and stuff, and conversations can happen during a jump drive travel. So yeah, let's do this again. Let's get our astrogation back up again.
Every race that has jump capability has banned the game of Monopoly on starships. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Too many firefights have been started.
There's still an ongoing debate about diplomacy, although.
I was
Diplomacy.
Say, what about Twilight Imperium? I mean,
you could play a whole. You might get a whole game done during that jump drive.
Ashna, that game was banned just because of the name.
You might finish a game in that jump drive trial. If you really work hard at it and neglect everything else on the ship, you can
finish diplomacy, but usually ends in bloodshed.
Exactly. Somebody throws knives or gauze pistols or something. So yeah, easier astrogation check again, F. We have had time to plot this jump as well.
Okay. Let's see what we get this time.
2 dice.
Yep, 4 and a 5.
4 and a 5, 9, excellent. So yeah, plenty of good go there. Same kind of J drive check there from the engineer.
Six.
Okay, so yeah, only needed a 4. Don't forget to add in also your skill plus your relative attribute like intelligence, anything like that.
That was my.
Whoa, was it? Did you roll snake eyes? Because if it's snake eyes,
no, I
it's
rolled
still
4.
Bad.
I
rolled
4.
Okay.
I have. Well, no, actually, it'd be a 7.
Okay. All right. That's fine. All right. So yeah, you only needed an easy, so that's fine. So yeah, not as smooth as a trip as the last one, but still definitely navigable. So yeah, do we want to have this conversation before we hit Noricum, or are we gonna?
I'm actually gonna hit up Sir Alacrity.
Okay. Oh.
First.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So during the quiet of the jump time, I guess is this going to be in the galley or in his quarters, or are you going to call him up to your quarters, or how's this going down?
No, I'll just kind of wait till like we're both like crossing paths in the galley.
Okay.
Just kind of grab him and be like, hey, you got a second? You're a pretty streetwise kind of guy, and you know a lot of colorful characters. So I don't know if you noticed when we were back on Drinax, there was this was she human, Matt? The lady who came up and told me.
Yeah, let me throw up a picture of her, because she looks just like one of our people, one of our GMs in Lurking Fears. When I look at her, I'm like, oh my god, it's this person. How did you get in this game? So, but yeah, she's human.
You can guess who it is.
There's some companies where you can actually have your picture. You can pay to have your picture put in a scenario.
That was offered as a backer.
I'm totally sure she did that. That's such her personality.
Yeah. I mean, it would kind of be right there. So yeah. Give me just a moment. Stop fiddling around, Matt. But yeah, she's definitely human, has like ginger kind of hair, nose ring, that kind of a deal. But yeah, she did come right up to you and just, well, I think you were trying to talk to somebody else and she was near him. She was near him talking to him, right?
Yeah. I think, I don't remember. I was watching it before I jumped online. And I just got to that part. She was, I want to say she was talking to the chief.
Yeah, she was talking to Chief and Dogs. Yeah. So
I know who that is.
Yeah, there's resemblance.
Yeah, no, very much so.
doesn't it look just like her, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
I mean, it's a dead ringer for her. I mean, I know she's changed her hair to that. Is it gray or platinum? With my color blindness, I can't tell. But when it was ginger,
it's
like
platinum.
that.
Yeah,
Is it platinum?
Yeah.
Back when it was ginger and straight, it looked just like that. And I was like, oh my god, that's Gal.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It does. It's uncanny. So I'm going to describe her.
So yeah,
And
you describe her, and she looks like that.
so back on Drinax, when we were all milling about at that banquet, I think it was ahead of the hurricane boxing. This person was sitting there talking to Chieftain Glax, and I went up to talk to him, and just kind of out of the blue, she's pointed to Teledrift and told me he couldn't be trusted and walked away. Do you have any idea who this person was?
So that's all they did. They turned to you, said, "Tell her can you be trusted," turned heel, and just sort of walked away. Dun, dun, dun.
Mm-hmm. Dun, dun, dun. That's right.
And Ev does, by the way, make that noise. Dun, dun, dun. Like, it was
exactly.
Like, it had that whole like Love Boat dramatic scene moment. It was right there.
It was really weird. And then the boxing thing came up, so it kind of got put to the wayside. And then honestly, I never ran into her again.
Well,
okay.
has no context. I mean,
Do I know who she's talking about? And
you saw her at the party.
Do I have any recollection of who she might be or anything like that?
You know, she's a pirate herself. She's actually a very formidable pirate that's known to work with Peter Bayless, but isn't like, with him. Like she's not part of his organization, but she's been known to do a job or two for him before in the past.
Well, then, Captain, I guess my question is did you get major like ex-girlfriend vibes?
I mean, we're in a galley, so of course Ev's in there have the bowl of Cheerios.
Yeah.
Honestly, no. I mean, like she seemed to believe what she was telling me.
Sure. I could
But-
also believe on a bender that the sky turned orange and seriously was orange. It doesn't
You
make
know, it was
true.
really weird because I was going to turn around and I was going to say something to Teledrift, but I'll be honest, like, I haven't seen much of him, guys.
Yeah.
Like, he's been kind of scarce.
I got to admit that I wasn't paying attention to Teledrift or much else. I got to be really honest. I had a bad batch of snacks for reals, but not for sneaking in reasons. And I haven't been super attentive. But I believe you if you say Teledrift's been weird and absent. How do you want to do this then? Say something to him.
Well, I'll break it down into two things, Hashna.
All right.
How long have you known Teledrift?
Years.
Since Marduk.
Years.
I mean,
Actually,
I got
years.
put in-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've known him a few years. I think I met him in the prison. No, I recognized him from the planet, but I don't think I ever really associated with him until we were both in prison.
Exactly, because he was a fellow Drinaxian. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has he ever betrayed you, somehow gone against you, pissed you off, other than
No.
like little things?
No, not at all. But I
Hasn't screwed you out anything?
not that I know of. No, I mean,
I have the worst poker face. I'm just,
You need to make your screen go blank, Matt.
I know, right?
Matt's all like,
I need a picture of me eating popcorn. That's all I need.
On the other hand, you have a pirate you never met telling you not to trust him.
Well, so here's what I worry. It's not so much I'm worried about Teledrift. My concern is who would be trying to sow some discord on the ship. I just
Aside
find
from
it-
me.
Who does it
Yeah,
benefit?
but I
Who
mean,
does it benefit to start things? Yeah. Does it to get us all at each other's throats? Who does that benefit? That's a
Well, let's
value.
list our enemies.
Are we all in this?
What was the name of the peasant that I whacked with a sword for
I
you? Adam?
assume like we're all managing in the con.
Oh,
I mean, even if you're in the engineering room, Tony, I'm sure you could
Well, I had to
kind
come
of
up for. I came up for a break to get some donuts.
exactly. So now you're like, oh, now it's a whole thing. Now it's like a whole coffee clutch thing going.
who I made mad. I mean, there was that whole duel thing because some noble needed stabbing, and I was happy to oblige. His warthog of a
and
mother.
correct. And there's the noble that I stabbed to get you free in the
You
first
did,
place.
yes. So that's like two.
All right,
things.
so there's a couple of people who don't like us.
Sure, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Let's see. We went to Thieve. Basically, I forgot what he sold. That pierogi vendor is the only person that liked us because we paid him.
Well, and
had
honestly, we
dreams.
kind of made him rich. I mean,
Yeah, there's
That's
that too. We have 2 legally acquired vehicles or ships to our fleet. Their former owners and associates may be a little peeved.
And they were pirates. So yeah, they were pirates.
Let's see. We just got millions in credits from some pretty rocks. I think the
That went to pay
Imperium's
for the
cheesed
show.
off.
all right. So we pissed a few people off, is what you're
It's not a
saying.
short
Like,
list. Let's be real. It's not
That's
a
just
short
in the
list.
past couple of months.
Yeah.
okay.
So, like,
I really don't know your history, Hashna. You seem to have a track record here.
I think I'm a nice person. Like, I really try.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
mean-
getting an awful lot of hey.
And I know why you
seem
came
awfully
to me.
familiar.
I truly am misunderstood.
Oh my gosh, Ev, it was so creepy. Like,
Yeah.
I went in to say hi to Rao, and she was exercising with these really weird dudes that like wear these turbans on their head who don't talk at all. Talk
Okay.
about weirdos. And then
On
And
that
then
description, do I
she's
get a
all
roll
like-
to realize what they are?
Yeah, it would be like a really, really awesome, like a 10+ check.
Shit. No, I got a 9. That's why it's a shit. If I had gotten lower, I wouldn't have minded so much.
Was it using intelligence? Can you use anything else to get that?
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
All right, well, while you're-
Stealth, Steward, Streetwise. Don't forget my background, so I'm kind of close to that vector of space.
Yeah.
Investigate.
Yeah. Investigate. Use investigate.
All right, that pumps me. Well, that pumps me up to a 11. Yeah, 9, 11.
So yeah, when she says people that don't talk and they wear a turban, you can ask more about like what they look like.
Okay, consider you just got the 3rd degree with 20 questions, like what kind of turbans? Oh, really? Really? Did you happen to count their teeth? Did you count their teeth?
I mean, whatever. You know, like they were just these guys. They
Were they thin and tall?
lanky and,
Yeah, they were tall, thin.
tall and lanky, and just the real
Do
strong.
I need another
silent,
roll, or can I just mitigate this
No,
out?
you know it from that.
emphasis on
Okay.
silent? But that's not important. So
What is going on?
Oh yeah, it's very important.
no,
That's the arch enemy of the Imperium.
But they were working out, not making out. I mean, really, those are a little like.
Yeah.
They change the way you think as a due matter of course.
What?
That's
What are you
not
babbling
making
about?
out. That's not working out.
Oh, good. Okay, because
That's stamping out individuality.
Okay, good. Thank you for clarifying, Sir Alacrity, because I was going to have some questions about where this conversation was going about the workout, make-out line that you were drawing there. But, you're criticizing our lack of observation, not that we aren't blending business with pleasure, as it were.
No,
Okay,
basically you're dealing with Zobani who are mental, and therefore,
They're enemies of the
if you're
Imperium.
if you're not careful, they will fuck with your mind harder than I ever could.
Wait, well then why would they be working with Princess Rao?
Hmm.
I mean, I thought they
That's the
were.
question, my captain.
And we're a little far away to doing the investigation now.
About that, yeah, you're 2 sectors away, and as if on cue, like Teledrift comes in.
Well,
Like,
before he comes in, I want to ask Haas
Okay.
something.
Sure.
One of the key things about science is always looking at the simple solution. Have you ever thought that maybe this lady and Teledrift have a relationship, and he broke up with her over a text or something? It could be a very simple thing.
Dude, your drunk text break up with her. Yeah, I mean,
girlfriend energy, yeah, totally.
I mean, let's not build a grand galactic-wide conspiracy here.
I'm telling you though. If we had Nina here in the fucking group, she could suss that out. This girl is amazing and be able to read a room. I've never seen anybody like it. She's like, so what's up with them? I'm like, you've seen them like 10 seconds. So they're like, no, something's up with those two. I'm like, she has this uncanny knack to do that. But anyway, so when you say that, when you offer that suggestion, like, and it's really weird. It's kind of like, when you guys are having to talk in the break room and the person you're talking about in the break room just walks in, so you guys shut up. And it's a really awkward silence. It's exactly what happens because Teledrift comes in to get a drink, from the galley, and then everybody's like,
Oh, I'd offer him a snack. You would totally offer him a snack.
He's going to get like a drink from the cherry Kool-Aid dispenser or whatever it is. And he gets his drink and he's like, "Hey guys."
Hey.
Is there a meeting I missed?
Teledrift, it is so good to see you.
Did I miss the meeting?
No. We were just talking
Watching
about
Ev eat.
Yeah.
I'm watching Abby. I mean, it is an Olympic endurance sport.
She said they have a new
Well,
flavor.
you got to remember, a week-long trip like this gets boring, so you have to have some entertainment.
Yeah, everyone's decided the main form of entertaining is whether or not I'll actually get food poisoning again.
Exactly.
I'm just amazed that you take a family-sized box of Cheerios, put it into a mixing bowl, add a gallon of milk, and go.
I like what I like. I like
She's
what I
one
like.
of those. She's one of those weird bastards too that puts the milk in first, then the Cheerios. How the fuck can you do that? How does that happen? Oh, what kind of evil bastard does shit like that?
I have a very specific ratio of milk cereal. The cereal flows. I can eyeball it when it's in the upper echelon of the bowl. I don't really need you criticizing my methods. Just know that they work. Okay. Okay.
Everybody knows you put the Cheerios in first, then the milk.
And you don't know how much milk. It's always absorbing. Where is your God? I don't know what you're trying to imply here.
I may not be able to continue in this game.
So Teledrift, are you a Cheerios in the bottom or a Cheerios floating on the top?
I'm definitely the Honey Nut Cheerios, yeah, in the bottom kind of deal, yeah,
Surround my heretics.
yeah.
Actually, Teledrift, how come I think you're more of a Captain Crunch?
Oh, I am down for some Captain Crunch. That's why I said Honey Nut Cheerios first. But yeah, if you're offering Captain Crunch, yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's up in the morning faster than shaving off the top of your mouth,
It does, man.
Teledrift's into that, I think.
Hey. Wow.
Aren't you glad you came in, Teledrift? Now we're speculating about what you do for fun.
He's got his drink. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go back to my bunk.
No, why don't you have a seat, Teledrift?
Oh, okay. And yeah, he's been like weird. Like the first jump, like he stayed in his bunk like the first time, whole time. Come out for snacks like and meals. Did not join like the evening meals and stuff like that. So yeah, it is just that weird. Like he sits and has a drink. He goes, "What's up?"
Oh, we were just talking about the banquet back on Drinax. Hey, where'd you go? I never saw you there. I thought you were there.
Well, remember I had to do some things with Chieftain Gawks. We had to talk about some stuff.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I saw Chieftain Gawks. He's looking good and everything. And do you have a creepy ex-girlfriend that's following you around by any chance?
Not that I know of. No. I mean,
like
there's
three socials. Like there's no subtlety at all.
I mean, do you have corrals? Do you have corrals at all?
I do have corrals. I do, and actually,
so you can roll your corrals, but then also you will be adding in your social modifier, which is -1. Sounds like.
Oh, and I have a +1, so that's a -1. So. That's a 4 -1 is a
4. So it is just like that knee-jerkingly near car wreck kind of mood in the room right now, where he's just like, no, I mean, there's a girl I once knew on Drinax, but I haven't been intimate. I mean, is this? Are we having like 20 questions about would you rather, or is this the game we're playing now?
So you hadn't had any adventures with a female pirate captain besides Hasna? I mean,
no,
nothing like that. No.
Okay. There was just somebody kind of smack talking me back at Drinax, and I just
really.
Really?
Who was that? Do you know who it was?
I don't know their name. It was a female. She's like really.
What's her name again? Because I'll just say the name.
Yeah, her name is Dai. Dai.
Hasna, can you think the person's face in your mind and let him?
Give me just a second. I'm getting the name.
Okay, cool.
And let Pedro see it in your mind, or do you trust him to do that anymore?
Yeah, I mean,
she honestly can't really help it. If she's remembering she's thinking of her. Yeah. So if he's doing that, if she's doing it, I mean, you don't get any like a Kinnear, Kinnear, like Greg Kinnear, but Kinnear, DAIKINNEAR. So yeah, he doesn't get like a kind of thing like that when you're thinking of her, and if you mention the name, sir, like he's like, I can't say I ever come across anybody with a name like that. No.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. She was just talking some shit about you. Don't worry about it.
Really?
I mean,
What? She doesn't sound like she even knows me. How was it something we
Oh,
done on one of the adventures? Maybe on one of our
probably
past.
I don't know.
Teledrift. You hang with Hashna and myself. How this is now your fame. You will be known to all far and wide.
True. Maybe she worked for that vendor on Thieves. I didn't tip well. I don't know.
Oh, see, that's probably what it was. She said, yeah. I mean, because she was like, "Oh, he can't be trusted," and all of this.
Super weird.
He's like, what? What? I can't. Asha, I've worked with you. I helped you get through the whole Mardukian prison.
I know. I got your back. I got your back, buddy.
Look,
And
I admitted to literally killing someone, so it's not as if standards are high around here. Let's be honest. I mean, but there's got to be a reason she said it, right? Like, even if it's weird and stupid and jealousy and that sort of thing.
I get a bowl. I pour some Captain Crunch and milk in it at the same time.
oh my
god! Professor Davian's like, how the fuck do I get off this boat? By the way, my dexterity was an 11 on that.
Yeah, Oscar, quick question for you.
The mixologist.
When the lady pointed over to Teledrift, was Teledrift near anybody else? So the only person she could be pointing at was Teledrift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just Teledrift.
All right. So it wasn't like someone a little bit further behind or something. Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
He was actually, coming towards you guys, I think. Yeah.
So Teledrift, how are you feeling? You've been staying in your room a lot more than normal. You're not exhibiting your normal behavior.
Yeah, I just haven't been feeling great, honestly. I've been having these headaches here recently.
You haven't been down to the med bay to get checked out.
No, I think this is more of, like my abilities to be able. It's been giving me some problems.
True. I'm sure that Hassan, as our captain, wants you to be at your prime. So you probably should go to the medical bay and get checked out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I definitely will do that. Yeah.
Should we go?
Do we have?
All go with him to the medical bay?
Yeah, I mean, I
Captain,
take
you're
a
in
look
charge.
at you. Yeah, I mean, I can take a look at you because I think I'm the only one that's got medic. But
yeah. So you can definitely do the scan. Go ahead and roll that medic roll, and you'll get a +2 from the ship's stuff.
Well, Professor, do you have any medical in your background to help out? Or are you staying out of this conversation?
Professor Davian?
You're Professor Davian.
Yeah. I have no medical.
Okay.
No, this is not my deal at all. I'm going to get very clear.
My name's Paul. This is between y'all.
It kind of feels like middle school. Like he said, she said. Making some speculation, galactic conspiracy.
I just wanted to let him know that he's got,
You can do a whole journal article on this, I'm sure.
No.
My medical skill is basically laparotomy, lacerations, and disembowelment. So
I'm a medic. I can assist you on the scans.
I do a paper on this, the linguistics of dissing. Okay, that's exactly what.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Got a 10. Excellent. So you're doing the scans, and of course the scans they flash which you expected. Warning, psionic potential detected in this individual. They got like a hyper gland in their brain or something that allows them to do their psionics. And but you're like, well, yeah, duh, I know that. And so you turn that warning off.
Well, before you do that, I say, Hassan, is there anything different about the warning than normal?
So
I don't know, because I've taken a look at him before.
Like the scans.
Yeah, check the or previous scans,
Yeah.
or have they
Um,
been mysteriously erased?
no. Actually, yeah, you would be able to look the scans over. He is definitely showing some signs of like fatigue, like mental strain, which is kind of works with somebody who's been doing a lot of psionic ability here lately. So yeah, so there is that. There is some definite signs of that.
Oh, well, I mean, Teledrift, like you should have spoke up. Like we can, what do you need other than just like quiet? Is there something we can do to um, recharge your battery?
He goes,
What?
well, rest is the biggest thing, but I mean there is some drugs and stuff that I actually have picked up on Drinax that I've been slowly, um, I guess one of a better word, brewing,
Mhm.
to take, to take, and it's almost done. It's all, it's distilling the like I think we established like on Drinax, like Sonics is a lot more rampant than it would be in a
Mhm.
normal Imperial War. Like maybe 1 out of every 10 people is psionic of some degree, which is the best kept secret that the Vespexers ever had. Because they know if the Imperium ever finds out about it, they're like obliterate everyone. It's like everyone dies. Even the on-site, yeah, everyone. So it
Well,
is like
Hasna's talking to Teldrift about that. I want to compare his brain scans from previous times to see if I notice any
sure,
differences.
sure,
That'd be medic still.
yeah, be medic still.
Okay, 11.
11. So yeah, and again, you're tracing, where like parts of his brain, that does the sonic stuff, has definitely been showing signs of being like overtaxed. Been working overtime here lately within
From
the
what?
past
Okay,
few weeks.
from what I know of the adventures you've been going through, how much has he been using his telepathic or his psychic abilities?
He used some like during the Barnum incident to work to do the scans to see what was on the ship, and that was a good bit because he had to find out exactly what was on the ship, who was on there, and differentiate between male and animal and human, and that was hard.
Okay,
So doing
so
that,
based
but that
upon
was weeks ago.
yeah,
That was a
so
month or
am
so
I
ago.
finding suspicious? He still is like, or is he maybe okay?
Now he's been doing something recently, like this is
Yeah,
within the past few days.
okay. I'll talk to Hasna about it and just mention in passing. He seems to be doing a lot of psychic stuff more recently than anything else. Stuff he's not telling you about. At least that's what I'm getting from this
Is
brain
is
scans.
it possible that he's doing it and he's not aware of it, or it's something he's
Well,
done that maybe he's
well, considering you
forgotten?
talked about that you and Sir Alacrity was talking about the other people with mental. One is, has he been affected by him, and is he trying to fight him off? And there's an internal struggle we don't know about. Is he doing something else we don't know about? But I mean, I'm just letting you know as a captain.
Got it.
Yeah, he's definitely showing signs of recent psionic activity, like during this past jump, he's been doing some psionic stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, so yeah, Teledrift, maybe you should take it easy for, the next couple of days. I don't know. Do you want to like stay in the med bay and we can just kind of keep an eye on you? Make sure there's something else not going
Well,
on.
I mean, I do have that stuff brewing in my room, but yeah, if you want to move it in here, I guess it'll be fine. I can be more comfortable in here.
I mean, you know what? Yeah, you know what? You're fine. Just you can stay in your
Is it
room.
okay if we go look at the stuff in your room?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's fine with it. He's like, yeah, sure, and he takes you to his crew cabin, and it smells kind of like weed in a bong kind of a thing.
Hey, So
It's not a
is
scene
this,
out of Aliens, okay, with stuff on the walls and everything.
no,
is
no.
this is it from the plant that I would chew the leaves on in prison. It's from. Why are you
Exactly.
wearing this, man? This subdues your psionic powers. What are you doing?
Well, there are he shows you like some different leaves and stuff like that too that dulls the effects of like headaches and stuff that you would be getting after a massive sonic use, and it also replenishes your psi. Remember, there's some that there's like a leaf that works like a psi drug that can help. Remember, every time you use your psionic abilities,
Yeah.
it takes down your psionic level.
Right.
You know, this kind of replenishes it, and also as a side effect, relieves the headaches and stuff like that.
Are you having to do anything to create this drug that would be draining you?
Yeah. I've been having to do. Oh man, what is this? Is this like an investigate? What is it? Persuade?
So is there a cargo container in the cargo hold that's just full of this plant being grown in a?
Oh, actually, it's just like you guys
with lights.
we have some guys, around the ship.
You guys just have a
pots.
couple little containers, yeah. No big deal. Like couple foil sealed bricks, I guess you want or whatever. but
we can stop back in Ev's hometown.
Exactly. So yeah, he's. What is it? What's the lie detector? Is it persuade or investigate? What is that?
Recon.
It depends on the situation, because you can actually use carouse if it's in like you're doing a James Bond at a party trying to get information. But if you're doing like a Columbo third degree, that'd be investigation.
That's what I'm thinking. Is that one.
Persuade would be like you're trying to get knowledge out of the salesperson on that speeder you're about to buy, and then diplomat, of course, would be everybody's talking bullshit and you got to dig through.
I'm thinking this is more of a third degree kind of situation. I'm thinking investigate applies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't have anything in investigate.
Yeah,
you better be doing the main roll, man.
Okay.
There's a 6, and if you don't have anything,
goes with it? Social or intelligence?
Be intelligence on this one. Investigate. Yeah.
Okay, 12.
12. Holy crap! So yeah, he's definitely.
6.
Yeah, he's definitely hiding something. He's not telling you everything. He's like, I've been working on this, working on some mental exercises, and you're like, this doesn't wash with what the scans are saying.
Teledrift, do you have a pencil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One more thing.
One more thing. Just one more thing.
Seriously, we have pencils. We're on a level 16 ship, and we're using a fucking pencil.
That's all Drinax has, man. That's all Drinax has.
They don't have trees.
That's because we have a buttload of pencils, though.
Charged
pencils out of other things. Come on, where's your ingenuity?
Charged stick. Exactly.
Okay.
It's a charged stick. Yeah.
So
sorry about you.
We pulled Sir Alacrity out of his setting. All right. So Teledrift. I'm not for sure if you're intentionally doing it or not, but there's something going on, and you're not telling us everything.
I'm gonna open my comm.
I'm giving Tony a look. It's like, I look around who's in this room, and I'm going, and someone's not telling us everything. Really?
I need to back away from the table slowly, and I want to just make sure I have the door close to my back, if you don't mind. So.
Nice. Thank you, Ev. Thank you.
Of course, I'm gonna be that person.
So you're asking, you're showing the scans, and he's definitely showing more sonic. Like he's using way more sonic activity than he's normally used to be doing, and stuff like that. And he's like, I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore. Things have just been weird lately.
Are these leaves addictive? Do they have any addictive properties?
No. It's nothing like that. It's a job I've been tasked to do. I don't like
By
doing
who?
it. Chieftain Gawks and Lady Hill asked me to do
Lady
this.
Hill.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
old
yeah.
biddy back from
The old
Drinax.
biddy, yeah, the old biddy back from Drinax. Exactly. So you need we need to go back to the galley. So we leave his quarters. There's not enough room in his quarters for this conversation. And
Okay.
everybody sits around the table, and he's like, "So, once upon a time," he tries to say it like this. So once upon a time, there was this king on Drinax who was he was all right. He wasn't the best king. He wasn't the worst king. Um, he was okay, and he had a son, and his son was very brave and loyal, and he fought against the Aslan, and had a and had a horrific battle on the planet Asim that crippled him. You might know him. His name's Prince Herrick.
Yeah.
Horribly,
I think I've heard.
horribly crippled in the battle of Asim, and so no one really knew if the Drinaxian line would continue. Well, the king, you see, was married to this queen. Queen Ilan was her name. Island was her name. Ilen. So it's either Ilan or Island. However you want to say it. She's Ilan, but she was Ilan. She wasn't able to bear any more children. Prince Herrick was the only one that she was able to bear to the king of Drinax. So, but the king also had many consorts, concubines, if you say to do his stuff with, and one of these consorts became pregnant. We didn't know. No one knew that the consort was pregnant until right around this time that Prince Herrick was injured, and so there was a chance that another heir might be available to the kingdom of Drinax. Although this was not a truly legitimate heir by being offspring of Queen Island and King Olab, it was King Olab's progeny nonetheless. So these two people, Chieftain Gawks and Lady Hill, devised a plan where that consort would be taken away, and the queen, who really didn't have any other sort of abilities or functions in the empire, would also be taken away. But we would set up like she had a incident during a very early childbirth incident that we did have an heir. She did have another child, and it would be Princess Rao. She would this child would become Princess Rao. So the queen was removed, marginalized in the apparent death of the premature labor of Princess Rao, and the concubine, who was also supposed to be marginalized, was brought to Chieftain Gawks, and Chieftain Gawks hid this concubine down on Drinax in a I'm blanking out on the word, the cryo chamber. Would be kept asleep in a cryo chamber as evidence in case any of the other nobles raised a question. We would have this concubine's this concubine there as evidence of the actual true lineage of Princess Rao. We assumed that most of the nobles would knuckle under and live under the lie rather than break the legitimacy of the throne. if this was put forward to them. And that person that concubine was under the care of many of our telepaths on Drinax to give new memories and new life to this person to let them forget their old life as a concubine and become a wastelander person on Drinax that had no knowledge of anything else happened before, given a new life. And after the same amount of time, approximately 30 something years, close to 30 years after she had given birth to Rao, after that amount of time that's passed in the cryo chamber, we revived her, allowed her to live as a Vespexer on the planet, and then just live a normal life. Also, but still under the watchful eye of several of us on Drinax. And then things happened. This person was arrested for stealing hazmat suits and brought to the prison planet we were just by, Marduk. And of course, someone had to go with her to keep the memories and stuff like that buried, and the new memories refreshed. So I was given that unfortunate task, and there's no other way to say it. The concubine is you, Hashna. You were formerly a concubine named Vespa. Vespa. That was you. You are the true mother of Princess Rao.
So let me
Really?
get
Really?
this
This is what you're giving us?
straight.
This third-rate docudrama, soap opera, imperial propaganda bullshit?
Hey now. Can I get the rights to your biography?
Oh yeah. It's nothing's written yet, but yeah. I don't think now's the time. I don't think now's
So
the time.
there's so much, but I'm going to start with, we're going to lock you up for a little while, children, because you've been fucking drugging me. So until I can do some medical scans and confirm an ounce of this BS that you're loading off on me.
Well, actually, we already did some genetic scans, remember?
Yeah.
Who did some
Well, she
genetics?
doesn't.
You never told her,
You
Tony.
didn't tell her.
No, I never told
You
you.
never told her.
Hey, hold up, guys.
Yeah, it wasn't my place to tell you.
It
So
wasn't.
James and I thought it would be
It
best
wasn't
not
your
to tell
place
you.
to check her wuha out either, but there you were.
Hey, all I take was a
With
toothbrush
Silas
and a hairbrush.
face.
Wait, where did the toothbrush go? Oh,
No, just a hairbrush.
Just remember.
That was the princess's hairbrush she left behind. We just used her saliva from some of her drinks that she had.
Yeah. So you want to tell him, Tony, what you found out?
Yeah, that you were the mother of her, or there is a.
Yeah. So it,
Well, the best I could tell with the equipment you have, you were related. I wasn't for sure if you were the real queen that somehow got lost during the battle and fallen asleep on the planet for that long, or if you were somebody else, a clone or something. I didn't know, but I just knew you were related to her.
yeah. So that part checks out.
So do you want me to get locked up with Teledrift now?
So we go.
you really
This,
want to ask that? I mean,
Airlock's getting snuggier and snuggier.
I like that option.
Betrayal on the ship.
We weren't on the ship. We're back on the planet.
Oh, this is like right now. What's
I
going
call
on?
up on the intercom. Security to the mess hall, little Cleo, bring your best.
That killer little Cleo comes up and they're like, "Who needs squeezing, boss? Somebody needs squeezing."
Hashna, I'll let you decide. It might be multiples, Cat Killer. Are both thumbs pretty strong?
Well, Hashna, actually, I did talk to you about it. I asked you if I could have a DNA sample.
And I
Yeah.
think I said no.
You did say no.
But when you throw stuff in the trash, when you throw stuff into the trash, you no longer wanted it.
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
is wow, that's a lot of technical in that technically true statement.
I have a level. Hey, I have a level in advocate.
Actually,
You know what?
Professor Davian
You know what?
is an advocate.
Sir
He's a lawyer.
Lackley, I want to
I'm gonna argue with you on
apologize.
that one.
I thought you were the one not to be trusted on board this ship. Apparently, I was wrong.
I'm sorry,
He's actually
broke
been the
up.
only one who's. Yeah, Professor Davian is actually a pre-law. Yeah, he is. He has a couple levels in advocate. But
okay, all right. There's so
I'm
many
glad you
layers.
kept that in
Alacrity's
because
been-
I would have never hired you.
There's so many layers of bullshit here.
So many.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Well, a
This
certain
is
GM got
freaking
upset
insane.
with me at the very first episode when I started making references because he was.
Oh, yeah.
saying-
I was
he
like,
making
"Shh."
references to Game of Thrones and other things, and going, "Oh, so this is what it's about."
I was like, shh. Yeah, like
So-
episode 1, he had this nailed. I'm like, oh, shut up.
All right.
So okay, all right.
Yeah.
So this could play to my advantage.
Well, remember, you have a daughter now. You need to go spend time with her.
Children's.
It's
Like
not.
that's gonna go over well. Like, hey,
I say the
Guess
cat's done
what?
cradled that one.
But you are right. You are right, Tony. I do have a daughter, and my daughter is involved in this somehow. So Teledrift, come clean.
Captain,
Yeah.
not for nothing. Just go down to the medical bay and verify the amount of bullshit that has come out of this donut break.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So
And
you
we have
using
7
the
more
med
days. We can.
Is
bay
there any
like a lie
alcohol
detector?
in the break room
Well, no, we
Yeah.
I
can
can
do.
take with me?
I'm sure.
Oh,
Medbay
for
can
her.
do-
For
I
her,
hand
yeah.
you the bottle.
I'll be in the med bay.
do not blame. Do not blame. at all.
no judgment. No judgment. But so yeah, I mean, you hook him up and use the med bay like a lie detector. I mean, he tells it all straight out, just like that again, and the med bay doesn't skip a beat. You know, it's just like he says. You know,
And I confirm the DNA.
you were supposed to. He's like, you were supposed to be removed. You know, Chieftain Gawk saved you. He knew there was something in you, some potential that you could provide later.
Behind
saved
you. You hear the noise of, and I'm handing you bottles.
Well, Hosna, he probably saw something in you that meant you'd be able to help rebuild the empire. And it's like what the king wants. He needs people that are going to lead them into the next generation, which is you.
Was I a consort?
Well, I mean, that was
choice.
No.
Eh.
you were a gift to the King of Drinax, you know, from the Vespexers below, sort of like a tribute sort of thing.
Better and better.
So we removed you. We removed our Chieftain Gawks. He needs to stop saying the wee words. The Chieftain Gawks, removed you from that. And again, our whole intention in all this was to make Princess Rao an ideal ruler, much better than King Olaf does. And it's gone far beyond anybody's expectations. She's been able to cement ties, enable you to use, us to sow discord amongst the Imperium and get more and more planets aligned with Drinax. I mean, we are so close to having an actual Sindalian empire again, and for her to be able to sit on that throne would be incredible. And to know that you're the mother of this person and that's done so much.
Your title would be Queen Mother.
Yeah, the Queen Mother. Yeah. You you wouldn't have any powers per se, but yeah, you'd be very, very protected as the Queen Mother.
I don't think I need protection.
What do you mean she doesn't have
Apparently, you
powers?
did. You now have a daughter.
Yeah, what do you mean she doesn't have powers? She has 4 ships with firepower on it.
Exactly.
Maybe I should let the Aslans come back. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that was like step one. Was like once the Sindali Empire was restored, Princess Rao would be able to not have such a the Drinaxians would not have to have such a tight hold on the on the surface people, and they would be able to either migrate to another planet like that's much more habitable planet like a Sim, or even Clark or Torpal or one of the other planets.
That is true, Hudson, because the people on the planet they see you as a savior figure in a sense,
a messiah, and you would be. You would deliver them from that wasteland, and help them migrate to a much more peaceful, much more gentle planet than what they've had to survive on for the past 200 years.
Always remember, it's not the destination; it's the journey. The fact that you've come from this, and you're now at the point where you can help other people. You can help raise up a civilization and make it once again prominent among the stars.
Right
Could
now,
be the true messiah of this people.
Captain, would you like me to show Tony that problem we're having with the airlock?
Right now, call me selfish, but I'm focusing on getting past you were sold into sexual slavery, now to bear a child and have your entire history wiped. Let me get past that part before we even talk about anything else.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, that was all before me. That was before I was born. I just had to follow up.
You know how many trigger warnings you're going to be putting on this episode, Matt?
I know, right?
I am so vindicated from everything I ever said before.
I know. I've been waiting for this kid ahead for like the past 3 episodes. I've been like, this is going to happen. It's going to happen. And I needed a trigger. I was like, Die's going to be my trigger. So thank you, Gail, for it.
So before we do anything else, how much of this does Rao know?
Rao knows nothing. Rao knows nothing about you. She's
nothing beyond that conversation you had with her.
Yeah.
We don't think Rao knows anything since we don't know what Rao knows.
Yeah. But yeah, Rao hasn't been told anything by the the conspirators, Chieftain Gawks and Lady Hill. She doesn't know that you're her mother. She does know that she's been groomed to be, the best ruler Drinax could ever be, which has been the whole plan.
How much?
I mean, that's obvious. Oleb knows nothing, and we've been working on him psionically too to forget you.
I don't think it's working. I think he can't recognize this thing. Just to give you a heads up.
This is weird, yeah, because this whole time, like you've been talking with him and stuff like that. It hasn't triggered, and then he says, I think there was something that happened on the catwalk that made him realize who you were for a brief second, and then I've had, that's
yeah.
I mean, I was straddling him with his fist like this. I mean, I don't know if we've been there before.
a lot of heavy breathing up close and personal. I don't know what it was, but I don't know. We'll let that lie where it is. But anyway, he you were right in his face, and it was a kind of like an intense moment, and it triggered something. Briefly, he said, "Yeah, Chieftain Gawks and I." After that, spent a long time. Remember, he was gone for a while after that as well. Spent some time reburying that memory. Remember, King Oleb wasn't feeling well, and it's like sent a ducal ring to you, because he couldn't make an appearance after that. So yeah, we've had to deal with that, and then I was told by Chief and Gawks to make sure nothing was stirred in you from that confrontation, and that's what I've been having to do the past couple weeks in Jump Space, was to reach back into your mind and make sure that everything that we had worked on to set in place is still there.
So you've been mentally going into her mind without her permission?
I've been doing that for the past 4 years. Yeah, since she was in the
Wow.
crowd chamber. Yeah.
And you got
Yeah.
mad at me for just taking your saliva, remember?
Yeah. It's been my job. That's my job, is to make you live this life as Hashna and not remember.
And now you know why the Imperium doesn't like psionics.
So
Yeah,
I'm going to
exactly.
give you the opportunity to make up for some of your transgressions, Teledrift, and I want you to make me remember it all.
Are you sure?
That'll involve the king. You sure you want to go there?
I'm not
That's
a fan
not
of the king. Why? I'm not going to disagree with this line of.
Are you sure? Because that could cause some damage.
And you fiddling around, really
Tell
doing
well,
memories.
that's why it has caused damage.
What kind of damage are we talking about? Are we talking about hurt Hashna damage? Like physically hurt Hashna damage? Or are we talking political incident damage? Because
No.
one is a lot less give a shit than the other.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, her brain would not be able to rationalize between both memories. But I mean, literally, she's had a whole new life implanted day by day, psionically, into her. Up to this point. Up to the point that she was released from the cryo chamber. So she was in the cryo chamber for about, I want to say, 29, 30 years or so.
Okay.
Until Rao started to actually start taking her place and getting these things done. And then she was released. And so every day she was in that cryo chamber, she was given a new memory to override her old one. I don't know if her brain, I mean, so her brain is convinced that this is her life. This is who she is. I don't know if her mind could be able to comprehend both realities in the same time.
Should I bring up the point then, Hashna, that how do you know what this conversation going on right now is real or not? If he's been manipulating your mind.
Is this the Matrix or not? Are you in the Matrix? You take the red pill. You take the red pill. You take the blue pill.
So I pull out my Gauss pistol and aim it at Tony. Are you ready to stop it?
You want me to be less helpful?
I can tell you this, that this is all going to stop now. It has to stop. Memories need to stop being altered.
Yeah.
You need to stay out of my head.
Uh-huh.
And right now, you need to stay out of my sight.
Exactly. I'm being my bunk. I'm going to go to my bunk.
Yeah. So, Lafferty, you want to clear all of his science experiments out of there?
Oh, no problem. Cleo. Cat killer. With me.
Cleo. Yeah, what is it they called? KP party or something like that? I think that's what they call it. Yeah.
It's going to be a party. I'm there.
Where they go and they basically, I mean, they toss everything out into the hall. His clothes, his books, everything. All he's got is like the mattress. It's like on the bed. Everything else is gone. It's like the whole room has just been sterilized. And like they take out everything. And they're like, "Welcome to your new room." and they actually lock the room.
Yeah, lock the room, remove security access on everything on the Dragnar. And also, I turn to Little Cleo and go, "Little Cleo, remind me, who do I hate? Crew-wise." Who do I hate crew-wise? Who's
I
on
don't know if you
the
hate.
short list? The short list.
I don't know if you have a hate
You have a
list.
short list?
I'm talking about all the hirelings, Matt.
Oh, I've got the list of them.
Stinky Pete. I guess Stinky Pete because he's stinky.
Cool. Have him clean up this hallway.
Stinky Pete's always get all the shit work. Yeah.
Oh no,
actually,
no. Well, there was the Sharad that used to date Fat Florian that broke his heart. She's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, Sherrod. Yeah, Sherrod's like, oh man, nice.
Okay, have him clean this up, or have her clean this up, and say it's Flat Florian's fault because she broke her heart.
Oh man, Fat Florian. Actually, Fat Florian has an idea. He's like, isn't that a big thing in the Imperium where they have these devices that allows you not to use your sonic ability? Can't we get one of those to keep him from ever doing that again?
It's right here, and I hold up my Gauss pistol. I say, but I need Tasha's permission.
I think I can probably build one.
You could probably build one.
As pissed off as I am right now, guys, honestly, I don't want to kill him. The reason I don't want to kill him is we may need him later, and I learned that from you, Sir Alacrity. So thank you very much.
This was a lot. Actually, Tony, you could probably build like a nice. You know, make me an engineering roll, Tony.
$12.
Got it. So you know that these you've seen them before, sonic dampeners. And I don't know if this is actually canon in the rulebook or not, but it's basically like an ultrasonic device that affects them and keeps them from using their sonic power.
Yeah, I would think it'd be something that's like a high-pitching noise going off in their ears the whole time.
Like a cricket. Yeah, exactly. So basically you can build that and like beam it directly into his quarters so that he can't do anything with mentally. And that way it would just be in his quarters so Hasha could still be able to do her stuff.
Right.
If she needed
Yeah,
to.
I mean, I agree with you, Hasna, because when you have a weapon, you don't throw it away. He is very useful and may be advantageous in the future. So I wouldn't want to stop him totally from being able to do what he does, but we want you to be able to have peace and stuff too. And I do apologize if I took your discarded saliva and didn't tell you the findings, but that was due to my scientific curiosity. I could tell there was something going on there. But this whole other thing...
Tony, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
We
I was
just,
gonna say,
water under the bridge, Tony. It's good.
okay.
It's good.
I was going to say, but you're right. There was a galactic conspiracy going on.
It's good. Anybody else have any life-altering news they'd like to break to me today? I mean, let's just go ahead and...
Yeah,
You want to know who F parents are?
Damien, you got anything to add to this? You're like,
no, I'm good. I'm good.
You've been watching all this and going.
I'm really sorry. I haven't killed anyone who deserved it. Like since we took off. I mean,
but Teldra's looking really good right now, right? He needs a killing. So, Professor David, you're like counting up all the infractions and citations that's been broken on this. Like,
Hey.
well, this one did this, this one did this, and then this one did this over here. And even though he was told not to, but he's like, you know what? That no sounded kind of like a maybe.
Real quick, since I am from the Imperium, does this psychic thing bother me?
You are terrified. You are terrified to know that there is a sonic person on board. You don't know anything about Hasna, but you do know. Yeah, if they tell you about Teldra being sonic, you're like, this is not cool. They actually let him operate. They know that he's sonic because the Imperium has a recruit or shoot policy towards Sonics. Is like, you either work for us in finding out other Sonics and stomp them down, or we kill you. Yeah, it's just that horrific. I mean,
and they won't admit that they have psionics.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm actually from the Imperium also. I'm actually from Capital, their capital planet. My family's been there for years doing research and science and stuff.
Nice. So yeah, I mean,
Of course, I just noticed. Yeah, psionics never bothered me for some reason. Oh well.
It just never. You're intelligent enough to realize it's an evolutionary process. A lot of people, this is just the way it is, and
And that's what they told you to think.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
right.
that's why the Zodani are like the sworn enemy of the Imperium, because they're all like, Vulcans gone wrong. Actually, they're actually Vulcans gone very, very right in their society. It's just to us, it's all wrong. But when it was brought to me when I first played Traveler, and I was hunting down refugees and stuff like that. Under my GM mentor Bob, I was like, I had a grab belt on, I had a huge Gauss rifle, had the might of the Imperium at my fingertips, armored vac suit, all that stuff was floating down the hallway, hunting for refugees. Like felt like nothing could scratch me, and like an 8-year-old child popped out of the hallway and said, "Go to sleep," and boom, down I went. Like no rolls, no nothing. She just made her roll, and that was it. And that's exactly how terrifying it is to Imperium. Is like anyone could do this at any time. And there's different versions of psionics. There's telepathy, there's telekinesis, there's teleportation. Hashna, although you don't know
There's
her sonic. Yeah, there's teledrift. But Hashna uses hers and like to amp her body up to be more fearsome combatant. She uses like a psychometabolism kind of a deal. So this is completely terrifying to you that there is a sonic person, and the chances of you should be reporting this. Whenever we get to a habitable system again. Exactly. You're going to like the asshole, not even the armpit, like the asshole section of the galaxy right now. In Noricum, there's nobody to tell. But whenever you get towards, civilized space again, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm like, this is what a citizen of the Imperium would do. Be like, this guy's got to go.
I get it.
So I only planned this for about 2 hours, and we filled that. We filled that with this confrontation. We didn't even. We're going to stop this adventure with the jump drive warnings. That the jump's about to close, and we're about to land. About to come out of jump in the Noricum system. So. This is going to be an awkward start to the next game.
Well, here's my question, Matthew. When did this conversation take place in Jump? Was it the middle of Jump, the end of Jump, the beginning of Jump?
I'm going to say towards the end of Jump, like the last couple days of Jump, towards North.
Okay. So
yeah,
I'm just going to throw out there. Then we have 24 hours to digest this. Before we come out of Jump. And that'll make a little bit more sense in case somebody thinks about this game between now and whenever else we play it.
Yeah. So you have like a day. You have a day or so to like decide, whether Teldrift should be out of his room or Noricum, or if he should just stay, because he knows what he did. Stay in his room because you know what you did, kind of a deal. So how that's all going to be handled, whether he'll be part of the what's happening down on the planet, if he comes back into the game the next time, what he would be doing on the ship, what would happen, because I'll just have him play this out.
So Pedro, basically in game time in 24 hours we're going to be using the airlock, so I just want you to know that you might want a second character as backup so that you may continue seamlessly in this adventure.
Yeah, there might be another member of the crew that just suddenly starts to shine, like Little Cleo or Cat Killer. Again, we've used them as NPC / players. Maybe even Fat Florian might get a chance to jump in here. So that could be an interesting choice to play as a new character. So we will continue our next chapter of this on Noricum. Thank you guys so much for a rather dramatic episode of the Pirates of Drinax. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys so much.
See ya. Thanks for the game.